Holy smokes, Nvidia up 8% in after hours, SMCI up 9.5%, even Tesla up about 0.4%. Are we going to see a classical sell the fact with Nvidia stock coming tomorrow? How could Nvidia affect Tesla for better or for worse? And why am I honestly shocked Tesla is even green in after hours? I think this shows you immense strength with Tesla stock at this point, and the rally's probably going to continue. And that is because Rivian and Lucid gave you dumpster fire earnings. Just throw the whole companies away. Like, geesh, Rivian and Lucid make Tesla look like a gold mine. Like Tesla is mining diamonds, for crying out loud. So yeah, nonetheless, the work is cut out for us here in this video. Let me know what you think about this information down below in the comment section and answer me a question. Does Tesla rally from here or does it not? I'm sure by now you understand the correlation that we've seen recently. When Nvidia is higher, Tesla tends to get the life sucked out of it because it's not grouped into your AI stock category. In all reality, Tesla is the best AI stock that's out there today. I mean, who has a more practical, scalable, real-world use case for AI than Tesla? Than cars that can drive themselves and fully autonomous robots. Forget Nvidia. Nvidia's hardware. Tesla? Yeah, that's where you want to be. But that is a tangent for another video. Tesla's time will come. But for now, let's get into these Nvidia earnings. But you really have to give Nvidia's CEO Jensen Huang real props on the earnings call. Definitely some of the best earnings calls you will ever hear. He answers every question. Like you don't walk away from any question an analyst asks like, huh? What was that? Something that we have seen time and time and again on other earnings calls, most notably Tesla, where you just walk away from the earnings call like, what the heck was that? Jensen Huang really does put together a wow of an earnings call. But on with that, Nvidia posts record revenue up 265% on booming AI business. Nvidia beat on EPS. They came in at $5.16 versus $4.64 that was expected. Revenue came in at $22.1 billion versus the estimate of $20.62 billion. Nvidia said for its guidance, they expect $24 billion in sales in the current quarter. Analysts polled by LSEG were looking for $5 per share on $22.17 billion in sales. Now, this was a guidance raise from Nvidia, about $2 billion higher than estimates that Wall Street had. But the growth is starting to slow down on a quarter-by-quarter sequential basis. And if there is a reason why Nvidia stock could sell off, is because what's actually priced into the stock, the expectations are for just massive runaway growth, whereas your beats to guidance are only like 10% now. Nvidia's CEO Jensen Huang addressed investor fears that the company may not be able to keep up this growth or levels of sales for the whole year on a call with analysts. He said, quote, "Fundamentally, the conditions are excellent for continued growth in 2025 and beyond," Huang told analysts. He says demand for the company's GPUs will remain high due to generative AI and an industry-wide shift away from central processors to the accelerators that Nvidia makes. They said, quote, "Strong demand was driven by enterprise software and consumer internet applications and multiple industry verticals, including automotive," basically, you should just say Tesla there, "financial services, and healthcare," the company said in a commentary provided to investors. Nvidia said that its data center revenue was actually hurt by recent U.S. restrictions on exporting advanced AI semiconductors to China. And remember just how a couple of days ago, UBS reported that lead times for GPUs have fallen from about 11 months down to 3 to 4 months? Apparently, that's because the supply of these Hopper chips, your H100s, are actually improving. So it's not a demand problem, but a supply improvement. So really across the board, down to the numbers, the guidance, the earnings call, there's really nothing to sneeze at here. There's nothing to get mad about as a bullish investor in Nvidia or AI in general. But it is not uncommon to see a sell the news event with Nvidia. And over the prior 3 quarters, Nvidia has actually fallen 10 to 20% in the 4 to 8 weeks after Nvidia's earnings. Now, I will say this time around, Nvidia fell almost 10% heading into earnings, so maybe the sell-off is not as extreme this time, but it's pretty typical to get a sell-off in Nvidia. And remember, 2 quarters ago, Nvidia was actually up 10% in after hours and then ended up selling off all of the gain by the next morning. Not saying that's going to happen again, but be on the lookout in case that does happen. The triple Qs here in after hours are up 0.86%. Tesla is really lagging here, only up 0.18%. Now, we've talked about this relationship many times with Nvidia and Tesla. When Nvidia is going higher, it seems like money is getting taken out of Tesla and put into Nvidia. Really, money's getting taken out of small caps, mid cap stocks and put into Nvidia. If Nvidia's gains hold, I would expect the Russell stocks like Tesla, mid caps, to probably underperform tomorrow and money to get sucked into these AI names. But again, a post-earnings sell-off is always possible. But honestly, I'm surprised Tesla's even in the green in after hours, given what Rivian just said. Rivian stock tanks after EV maker expects flat production for the year. Yeah, flat production. Rivian said it would make 57,000 EVs this year. It produced 57,232 EVs in 2023. Wall Street's estimates were all over the place, in between 66 to 87,000 vehicles to be produced in 2024. So this was a big guy down compared to expectations. Quote, "The quarterly miss was driven by higher than expected cost, as Rivian's revenue came slightly ahead of consensus. Unfortunately, there's little Rivian can do to improve its near-term financial performance absent stronger demand." Check these numbers out. Rivian lost $1.52 billion or $1.58 a share in the fourth quarter, compared with a loss of $1.72 billion or $1.87 a share in the same period last year. Revenue rose to $1.3 billion from $663 million a year ago. The FactSet consensus called for a loss of $1.35 a share on revenue of $1.28 billion. The cash burn here is nasty. Rivian says, quote, "Economic and geopolitical uncertainties and pressures, most notably the impact of historically high interest rates, have informed our expectations for 2024, the company's executive said in a letter to shareholders announcing the results. Rivian also said it plans to unveil its new mid-size SUV, the R2, in just a few weeks. Rivian also said it would lay off about 10% of its salaried employees. Quote, "The R2 is designed to achieve a considerably lower price point and cost structure while building on the brand position established by our flagship EVs, the R1T pickup truck and the R1S full-size SUV," the company said. I mean, this is just nasty. Rivian was already down 30% to start 2024 before this 15.5% move lower in after hours. So 2024 has been rough, not only for Tesla, but for Rivian and even, you guessed it, Lucid. I think Lucid relates a lot less to Tesla than Rivian. I think if anyone's going to survive, it's probably Rivian. But Lucid is also down 7% in after hours. And the situation looks even worse for Lucid. Lucid lost $654 million or 29 cents a share in the fourth quarter, compared with a loss of $473 million or 28 cents a share in the year ago period. The EV maker's revenue fell, this is nasty to even say out loud, $157.2 million from $258 million a year ago. That's rough. Analysts pulled by FactSet expected Lucid to report an adjusted loss of 30 cents a share on revenue of $180 million. So you are down big on a year-over-year basis. The days are numbered for Lucid. Even the guidance was rough. Lucid guided for 2024 production of about 9,000 vehicles. The FactSet expectation is for 14,000 vehicles. The company produced 8,428 vehicles last year, the higher end of its 2023 production guidance of 8,000 to 8,500. I remember when Lucid back in 2021 guided for like 20,000 vehicles, and it's been getting worse quarter after quarter after quarter. So yeah, with all of this being considered, I think it's actually phenomenal Tesla is not even deeper in the red following Rivian Lucid results. I guess that also does show you how strong the Tesla brand is, considering Tesla is able to put up still some very impressive growth numbers, whereas Rivian is guiding for flat production, flat deliveries, like literally slightly negative numbers for 2024, and Lucid is way negative. I think this does also incrementally lower the bar for Tesla, so it should make Tesla's delivery estimates also come down a little bit, which will be good news for Tesla stock investors. It'll make the bar easier to beat for Tesla's upcoming earnings. So I think a real question is for Tesla stock, now that Nvidia has reported, do you continue to see the life get sucked out of Tesla by Nvidia and other AI stocks, or can Tesla actually start to rally alongside the broader markets? The triple Qs, the NASDAQ 100, is up almost 1% here in after hours. Tesla is only up 0.2%. I think it's an open-ended question. One, what will happen with Nvidia coming tomorrow when actual trading starts? This move here in after hours largely is just algorithmic trading programs, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. But do you continue to see that suck the life out of Tesla continue because of Nvidia and this relationship continue, or do you potentially see Tesla start to rally alongside Nvidia or alongside the broader markets? Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. But today, Tesla was one of the bigger winners here in your land of big tech. Tesla was up 0.52% in regular trading, as I said, up 0.21% here in after hours. You do have the inverse head and shoulders pattern that looks fully formed, and if we do get some downside here, I'm targeting about 189, and you probably see a lot of support around that level. If not, you do have a pretty clear gap to fill around 207. If not, just a round number of 210 looks likely to me, and then your next stop could be your 50-day moving average around $219 per share. Now, if I were to bet the farm on it per se, I would bet that Tesla stock is going higher. Now you're up 0.5% in after hours. Tesla stock's currently at $195.69 per share. Tesla's final option activity for the day today from hedge funds and institutions, slightly on the negative side. You had a positive order value of 45%, 889 orders totaling $410.43 million. Now volume today was 61.23% to the call side, 38.77% to the put side. Open interest, this is measuring the contracts that are bought and held in people's brokerage accounts, by this Friday, 69.5% calls and 30.5% puts. So over 2 times as many calls that people have bought expiring by this Friday than puts. That's pretty impressive. Tesla's RSI is at 45.3. I like to point this out because anytime Tesla's RSI has hit 30, about 80% of the time over the past 3-4 years or so, once the RSI hits 30, you tend to hit 70 over the next couple of months after, which would suggest Tesla stock probably does rally from here as well, as we recently hit as low as about 17 for your RSI. That was as low as you have seen since Elon was selling about $22 billion worth of Tesla stock to buy Twitter, now known as X. And what happened even then? The stock rallied dramatically. Typically, the rally is anywhere from 30 to 40%. And I pointed this out for you guys a couple of videos ago. But if you mark the low at about 175 that we briefly hit, and you go 30% higher from there, that's going to put you almost right on your 100-day moving average at about $227 per share. So I think ultimately over the next month or two, that's probably where we go next. I do think there's positive catalyst on the near-term horizon, like Tesla potentially laying off a portion of their staff. And let's be honest, Tesla's going to focus more on profitability going ahead into the future. At least that's what it seems like to me. You've really seen the price cuts stop, and the one price cut that we have seen since last earnings that we just got a couple of weeks ago was a temporary $1,000 price cut on the Model Y. So it seems like Tesla's starting to become knowledgeable of what the markets want out of Tesla, and even to the point Tesla did not give guidance. I mean, that's, if you look at the guidance some of these other companies are giving, I mean, that's probably best for Tesla to have not given guidance. But we do have some economic data coming out tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. You will get the Chicago Fed National Activity Index, expecting that to come in negative 0.19. Initial jobless claims expected at 8:30 in the morning, and you're expecting around 218,000. It's been very low recently. A spike there would probably be good news for the markets. At 9:45 in the morning tomorrow, S&P Global Composite PMI Flash, S&P Global Manufacturing PMI, and S&P Global Services PMI. If especially you see services ramp up there, that's not going to be great for our markets. Existing home sales month over month, and for the month of January, that will come out at 10 o'clock in the morning. Fed Jefferson speaks at 10 o'clock in the morning. Fed Harker at 3:15 p.m. Fed Cook at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Fed Kashkari at 5 as well. And then Fed Waller at 7:35 tomorrow. So really your PMI data here at 9:45 in the morning tomorrow can move markets, but it would have to be like really hot to, I believe, derail a 1% rally in the triple Qs, or again, that post-earnings sell-off from Nvidia. That's also still possible. We will also get some earnings tomorrow pre-market: Nikola, Fiverr, Wayfair, Pioneer, Moderna, Newmont, and then tomorrow and after hours, you'll get Block, Carvana, Mercado Libre, New, Booking Holdings, Intuit, Indie, Vail, and Live Nation. And then Friday pre-market, you have Warner Bros. Discovery. Overall, let me know what you think about this information down below in the comment section. Will this beat from Nvidia, will this green from Nvidia in after hours lead to green for Tesla, or not? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. If you guys want to come trade with us live in real time, check that link out down below in the description of this video. We did hit the Palo Alto puts this morning, $60 into $2,400 at one point today. Those things were almost $4,000 a piece. So some insane gains there. Would pay for that cost to be in that community for like 10 years or something crazy. Check it out down below in the comment section if you would like to. And also for free 99, go follow the X account. It's Michael Tyler over there, and get involved with the action on X. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.